and welcome to FlossTube number 2. I am Shiloh, better known online as Karish Valendar, and welcome. We made it to number 2, guys. Yay! Last week in the US was Thanksgiving, so kind of carrying that on as we go into the rest of the holiday season. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the warm welcome to the FlossTube community. I totally was not expecting all the comments and the likes and even the subscriptions from my first video, so that really that really made my heart nice and warm. So thank you guys so much. I really honestly appreciate all of you guys, and I'm really looking forward to not only just being a part of the FlossTube community, but interacting with you and just seeing what it all has to offer. So again, thank you so much. And also huge shout out to Link is my homeboy. She did a shout out over on her Instagram, and I did notice a good influx of followers over there as well as on this here YouTube channel right after that. So thank you so much. I will leave the links to her Instagram as well as her YouTube/FlossTube channel down in the description below. Real quick housekeeping thing. I mentioned in the last video about how I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do this on a weekly basis like I would like to. But after giving it some thought and trying to think of how I could fit that all into my schedule, I think I came up with the way to do it. So from this point forward, look for a weekly video on Fridays at 9 o'clock a.m. U.S. Central Time. So that'd be, 10 o'clock Eastern and 7 o'clock Pacific, if I'm doing my math right. So, yeah, 9 o'clock a.m. U.S. Central Time every single week on Fridays. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that when Christmas and New Year's hits because I got a lot of family commitments on that. But I should be able to. If not, I might have to miss a week or two. Hopefully you'll forgive me. I didn't get a lot of stitching done this week due to the holidays and just spending time with my family, and my oldest was out of school for the entire week last week, so that was just hard to get that done too. But I did get some work done on the Nutcracker Parade, which was the 2019 Christmas Stitch Along from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So this, I didn't do a whole lot. Let me get this up for you. And I don't know if I can get it to shine, but all these snowflakes, which I got all done, these are, we can kind of do that a little bit. That is in the DMC Blanc et Trois. I believe that's how you pronounce all that. I don't know much French. But I really wanted to do the snowflakes and give it a little bit of shimmer just to make them pop a little bit. I don't know. And I noticed there's something on my fabric. I also ran out of the gold it's not gold, but it's like topaz or whatever. I believe it's 3852, which is what his crown float is made out of. I ran out of that. I picked some up, so hopefully I can finish that up before Christmas. Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. The only other one I really worked on was the Stitch Your Own Adventures Stitch Along from Cunning Cross Stitch, Letters from Hogwarts. And this is in the frame because I'm still kind of working on them a lot. Because I'm really trying to get this done before the first official pattern drops in January. But I have the train, the Hogwarts Express is completely done. I got the owl started, I got the green and yellow swirls done, and I got some backstitching done on my wand. The wand was random except for the color. In the directions you were supposed to roll a d6 or a 6-sided die 3 times. The first time was for the color, second time was for the front part of the wand, and the third time was for the back part of the wand. I decided to use the type of wood that Pottermore said my wand was, which I don't remember what that is now off the top of my head. So I kind of came up with my own color combo. But I did roll for the style of wand because that was kind of the thing about it being randomized was the wand chooses the wizard. So I did want to keep that um, randomization of that in there. And the only other thing that I've changed on this pattern is I changed the color of the swirls. The swirls that were called for, they weren't bad. They were just not as bright and vibrant as I like my school colors from Hogwarts to be. So I made a note of what colors I changed them to because the designer, Stuart Cunningham, said that that they kind of carry on through the rest of the pattern. So I really wanted to make sure that if, these colors are used for like flags or something later down the road, I'll be able to use the same colors that I used on the top so it all meshes really well. And that's pretty much all I worked on. I have been working on a commission for my business, but don't, I guess I could. Oh, I guess the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, the Nutcracker one, is stitched on 28 count cashel linen in dwarf by Picture This Plus, and the Letters from Hogwarts is stitched on 16 count, I believe, which it was originally white, and I actually ice dyed it myself. Don't have any finishes to show you. I do have one that I need to frame and then give to someone, but I won't be able to show that until after they get it. So I'll probably take some video and then have to plug it into another video later. What else? So I don't really have a lot more to talk about in this video. It's kind of a shorter one. I do want to start making plans for what my personal stitching goals are for 2020. I know I want to do more of those seasonal sayings by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I'm obviously going to be working on the Letters from Hogwarts, Sal. I don't think I'm going to sign up for too many more, maybe one here or there. I might go, I did the Stiachalong this year for the first time, and it was fun. I wasn't a huge fan of the pattern, just, it was Golden Girls, which I never really watched that much, so I wasn't a huge fanatic about it, and it was really difficult. Like, not super hard. There was a lot of blends, and quarter stitches, which I don't mind quarter stitches. I'm okay with those. But it was like the blends and having to set them up, and it was just something I didn't really want to focus too much on. So maybe I'll go ahead and finish that up. I saved all the patterns and stuff before the group went down, but that might maybe see a finish. I don't know. But I do want to do the seasonal sayings from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I have a really cool idea where I can trade them out. I actually saw someone do this in their group, and I thought that was an amazing idea, and it seems really simple to do. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you guys when I get that all set up. But I don't know. I just need to go through. I have a lot of stuff that I need to finish in my stash, which I don't know how much of it I want to do. It's like, well, I started that, over 10 years ago, and I'm just not feeling it anymore. I have some that are really, really close to being done, some dimension kits that I started back when I thought my bedroom was going to be like a Japanese Asian theme before I was even engaged or married. So I have some geisha pieces, I have a samurai that I need to finish up, and some of those are so, so close to being done, but it's just finishing work. Ugh. But there's those. I have some patterns that I just kind of want to finish to get them done so I can hang them up around my house or something. I don't know. So I definitely will make a video probably closer to the new year or maybe a little after, talking about my future plans. For the channel, I do want to do some tutorials, like maybe something as basic as how to do basic cross stitching. Because that's one thing, even though I do make money off of selling cross stitch, I love seeing people learn about it and learn how fun it can be and how it's not, this old thing that only older women do, and they do flowers and, samplers, which are all fine. I'm beginning to really like some of the looks of the older style samplers, but cross stitch can be so much more than that. And so I love when people see some of my comic book inspired magnets and they're like, wow, that's cross stitch? It's like, yeah. And I think it's super easy, especially if you have a generation that have grown up using Minecraft, which is based on building things out of, blocks, which you can view as one block is one cross stitch X. So I might do some tutorials like that. I definitely want to do a tutorial on ice dyeing because I really want to experiment with that more. Try to see what other kinds of color combos I can get, what kind of styles, and do kind of a tutorial on that. It's super easy. I had a lot of fun. I've done 2 for this Letters from Hogwarts, and I went with the one that I like the best. So I still have another one that I'll have to drag out and show you guys that it's a little bit darker, kind of more blackish maybe. I don't know. Or floral. I can't remember exactly. Everyone's like, oh, use that one. I'm like, I don't like it as much. So those are my plans. For now, I don't really have a lot more to talk about in this episode. I didn't get a lot of stitching done. So I'm hoping by next week to get the top part of this border on the Letters from Hogwarts completely done, which I think at this point is just the owl that I'm currently working on, as well as I have to go back and do the eyes on that guy. Just need to be filled in. And I'm debating, I saw someone put, I saw someone put the Hogwarts Express numbers on the front of their train and back stitching, so I might do that. I'm debating if I want to go back and do any other detail work like that. It's not called for in the pattern, but I might do it for funsies. And then I'll start doing the pages down below because I have not done many of those at all. And I do want to get I'm so close with this one. I mean, I really only have, I say I'm so close, but really it's going to take me forever. Because I have the king to do and the mouse king, and then there's a border and the title and everything, so I have a lot to do left on it. Probably won't get that done in a week. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. I don't really have much else to say. So, again, thank you guys so much for the welcome to FlossTube, to YouTube. The FlossTube community is probably one of the nicest, most welcoming one that I have found online. So thank you for that. And I am really looking forward to being a part of it, talking with you guys, hanging out, maybe on down the road once I get a little more stability with the channel and get to know some of you folks better. Maybe we'll open a Discord or something so we have a place to hang out, share what we're working on, maybe share some tips and tricks, something like that. So those are some things that I got to think about. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!